Greetings to you, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Cameroonians, and welcome to this special edition. We did promise you yesterday that we shall be coming up with a very special production today to give analysis to the proposal that has been put outside there by the CCQ leadership. This proposal is expected to be viewed by all Cameroonians in Qatar and embrace it so that we can move forward. As you know, my name is Eddyboboh Elime, and in the studio, I told you yesterday I'll be having some experts to do the analysis of this proposal. And in the studio here, I have with me Mr. Alain Tembe. Good morning, Mr. Alain.
Good morning, Eddie. Good morning, Xavier. And good morning to all our listeners and followers of Eddyboboh Studio.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alain, for coming. And your humble General Assembly representative, Mr. Xavier Yena, is also here again today. Bon après-midi, Monsieur Xavier.
Bon après-midi, Monsieur Eddy.
Comment allez-vous aujourd'hui?
Je vais très bien, merci. Et bon après-midi, Alain, déjà avec nous ici. Et je dis bonjour également à toute la communauté camerounaise du Qatar.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, for that wonderful introduction, and thank you for honoring the invitation. And like we did say in the introduction, we are going to be doing the analysis of the proposal that has been published out there by the CCQ leadership. And I will be starting with a question to Mr. Alain. Of course, steps have been made by CCQ leadership in a bid to unify Cameroonians who are living here in Qatar. Mr. Alain, I want to ask you, before we go into analyzing in details that proposal, we saw the CCQ leadership call a meeting a few days ago, inviting all the other leaders of various Cameroonian groups, we can call them subgroups and movements. And you might want to tell us what was the outcome of that meeting.
Thank you, Eddyboboh. I must say that the leadership in CCQ has been doing so many initiatives and approach to try and harmonize and bring Cameroonians together. And we must understand that the All Cameroon leadership meeting that was called on the 7th of April was just additional steps from the steps and measures that the CCQ leadership have taken over the past 2 years to try and bring and unite Cameroonians together. So the good thing about that meeting, which was organized by CCQ leadership on the 7th of April, is that it was an all-inclusive meeting, and it was an open-minded meeting with an opportunity for Cameroonians to brainstorm and look for a way forward for their shared interests. And a week later, there was another leadership meeting called by the Cameroon Diaspora Movement, which, in my opinion, it's a good initiative, but from my analysis, it was a tailored and champion initiative and meeting with established resolutions before the meeting took place. So in all fairness, I think we are still exploring and trying to digest the outcome of that meeting. And of course, we are going to continue our engagement of peace talk and unity within CCQ and continue to extend our...
If I may ask you, Mr. Alain, are you saying that there was no satisfaction from that meeting that was called by CDQ, considering that it's like the resolutions were already made before people had even attended the meeting?
From my personal analysis, it was a masterminded meeting because in the first, you asked of the difference between the first meeting organized by CCQ and the second meeting that was organized by the CDQ. So in the first meeting that was organized by CCQ on the 7th of April, we know about 7 groups, subgroups that we know that are operating in Qatar. And 1 week later, we understand that there are about 17 or 18 subgroups. So within a week, we have like 10 more groups. And to understand that their recommendation and proposal was that to get 2 people each from these subgroups to represent a community, and of course, which resolutions are going to be through ballot and voting, it's a call for consent.
Thank you very much for that, Mr. Alain. Mr. Xavier, I would like to have you say something almost in line with what Mr. Alain just said, but that's going to be in French so that our brothers and sisters who might not be able to understand perfectly what we say in English could also get the information. We are still in line with the meeting that was called by the CCQ leadership on the 7th, and then another one was called by the CDQ leadership, that's on the 15th. What came out of these two meetings? First of all, the one of CCQ.
Comme je vous l'ai dit une fois de plus, bon après-midi à toute la communauté camerounaise du Qatar. Merci Monsieur Eddy de m'avoir passé la parole. Tout simplement, je dirais que la réunion qui a été convoquée par le leadership de la communauté camerounaise du Qatar, CCQ, nous avons eu tout simplement 7 groupes, sous-groupes si je dirais. Alors, c'était une très belle présentation de la part de notre président, M. René Mbenga. Il a eu à présenter ce que nous avons eu à faire à ces gens qui sont venus, nos invités bien sûr du jour. Et puis, on a eu aussi à toucher le but pour lequel nous sommes venus, qui était d'unir les Camerounais et qui a toujours été notre cause. Comparativement donc, alors, à la dernière réunion que nous avons eu à atteindre avec la Cameroun Diaspora Qatar, c'était totalement différent de nos attentes déjà. L'agenda de la réunion n'était pas initialement partagé par nous autres qui étions invités. Et on a tout simplement eu l'idée que c'était une réunion préparée, c'était déjà à huis clos, c'était déjà calé. Et nous autres, nous sommes venus où on était censé à donner des résolutions sans toutefois savoir pourquoi est-ce que nous sommes là. Et selon moi, je trouve que ce n'était pas vraiment quelque chose de bien qui pouvait vraiment nous aider, parce que nous, la communauté camerounaise du Qatar, nous pensons que on doit consulter nos gens, c'est-à-dire je vais dire les membres de la dite communauté, de ce qui se passe. Alors, lorsqu'ils nous proposent maintenant d'aller comme ça, on fait, parce que on ne pouvait pas prendre des résolutions sans toutefois consulter les membres de notre communauté. Et c'est ça qui fait que c'était très difficile pour la CCQ d'accepter le propos ou bien la proposition qui a été donnée, d'autant plus que l'Assemblée générale est l'organe le plus fort qui nous a donné bien sûr le pouvoir. Donc c'est un peu ça la différence.
Merci M. Xavier. Dis-nous, quelle est la différence entre ces deux réunions? Tu peux nous dire quelque chose?
Bien évidemment, monsieur Eddy, c'est ce que je l'ai dit. La différence, c'est que lorsque la communauté camerounaise du Qatar a eu à inviter les 7 leaders de ces sous-groupes, c'était 7 leaders. Mais lorsque nous sommes allés, on a eu l'invitation de la CDQ, c'est-à-dire la communauté Cameroun Diaspora. On a constaté qu'il y avait 18 groupes. Ça veut dire que pendant les cas d'une semaine, nous avons eu l'addition de 10 groupes. Et qui était très choqué parce que initialement, quand on a invité les gens, on n'a eu 7 groupes. Et ça laisse la question maintenant à l'Assemblée générale de se poser les questions. Pourquoi est-ce que nous avons eu ce mouvement? Et c'est le suspense, quoi.
Thank you very much, Mr. Xavier. And ladies and gentlemen, it should be noted that Mr. Alain is the zonal coordinator, if you can call him the governor, of Al Rayyan zone. Mr. Alain, I'll be bringing another question to you. A proposal has been released by CCQ and extended to other groups, and that proposal is already out there, and we expect that Cameroonians must have gone through that proposal, digest it, and of course, if they have an opinion to give, they should give. Let me now ask you a question. How important is this proposal looking at or at the aspect of unifying Cameroonians in Qatar?
The thing is, the aspect of unifying Cameroonians in Qatar is not something that started today. It's something that started like 2 years way back, and we've had series of engagements, successful general assemblies that we've conducted within CCQ, which invited all Cameroonians from all walks of life, religions, backgrounds. And we've just around 4 months or 3 months ago, CCQ successfully put together a very decent football competition for all Cameroonians in Qatar, and it was very, very successful. And we're just working on what we have been working on. We just continue with the initiative, and I think this proposal, if you find the definition of the word honesty in the dictionary and you don't find it, you find it in this proposal. Something that is honest, it's something that's going to be embraced. And of course, it puts the interest of the people first, which has been our cry for the past 2 years. The people first. So it's something that, in all honesty and truth, people are going to digest it, and this is the right call for the people. In other aspect, you define the leadership of CCQ of people who are selfless. Okay, they don't mind what they are going to put themselves together to make sure that the people are satisfied first. So CCQ has a leadership mandate that is supposed to end, I think, sometime in January 2023, with elections due to be conducted within October, November or December, like 45 days before the mandate expires. So definitely it's around October. So
but from every indication, it's like they are embracing all the Cameroonians to come, giving up their position even before the elections. I mean, their term of office will get finished. They are ready to organize elections.
Yeah, already, like I highlighted, we have always been together for the past 2 years. It's just like it's like unifying our ideas now. So I think maybe some people are scared of the name CCQ. We can adopt any other name. We can adopt the name Doha Brothers to represent Cameroonians in Qatar. But what we want to make sure is the name should not be a factor, but the tangibles within that name that can assist Cameroonians.
That's right. Before I go, I come back to you on the reaction of Cameroonians as far as that proposal is concerned. Let me go back to Mr. Xavier to say something in line with what you just said and the first question we asked there, which is what is the importance of this proposal, Mr. Xavier?
Merci Eddy, une fois de plus de me passer la parole. Chers invités, chers Camerounais, chers compatriotes, tel que M. Alain l'a si bien souligné, nous avons toujours eu à travailler au compte de l'unité, et d'autant plus que la diaspora donc, qui se soulève aujourd'hui, nous avons été part de la diaspora comme membres, et si jamais CCQ s'est levé aujourd'hui pour c'est-à-dire considérer les problèmes que font face aux Camerounais au Qatar, c'est tout simplement parce qu'à un moment donné, la diaspora n'a pas fonctionné, n'était plus opérationnelle. Et nous avons toujours prôné l'unité. Et tel que M. Alain l'a si bien dit, c'est-à-dire on a eu à organiser un tournoi, il y a de cela 3 mois, c'était toujours au nom de l'unité. Et on a eu bien sûr une assemblée générale. La dernière, elle était vraiment très fantastique et puis elle était vraiment... très bien, les gens sont venus. Donc, bref, on a toujours eu à travailler pour le compte de l'unité. Et ça aurait donc maintenant nous surprendre aujourd'hui que l'autre camp se lève aujourd'hui pour dire que c'est l'unité, alors que ces gens font partie de la CCQ sur nos plateformes, nous sommes là. Que dirais-je? Est-ce peut-être le nom ou pas? C'est ça un peu la différence. Et puis, en ce qui concerne le propos, ou bien notre proposition, bien sûr, je vais dire une chose, c'est que avec notre idéologie, nous sommes prêts à tout donner au nom des Camerounais. Si nous sommes prêts même à libérer nos postes juste pour l'intérêt des Camerounais au Qatar et que nous avons eu à prendre à cœur pour travailler pour eux, nous sommes prêts. Donc le nom de la communauté importe peu, mais on voudrait que cela se passe dans les bonnes conditions. C'est la raison pour laquelle nous sommes venus avec le système d'élection. Nous sommes prêts pour les élections, on n'a pas peur, mais que cela se passe dans la transparence et que l'intérêt soit basé au sein des intérêts des Camerounais au Qatar.
Merci, Monsieur Xavier, pour cette réponse. Mr. Alain, I'll come back to you, and we shall be looking at the reaction of Cameroonians after having gone. We assume that a good number of Cameroonians must have gone through that proposal, and what do you think about the reaction of Cameroonians? You already qualified that proposal to be a genuine proposal that expresses selflessness. What do you think about Cameroonians' reaction?
I think, first of all, before the reactions, Cameroonians are a little bit shocked with all the developments that have taken place in this country for the past 2 weeks. And one thing, personally, I'm much more concerned that triggers my mind every day with this back and forth with unity thing is people whose documents are stuck now in Saudi Arabia and they are desperately seeking these services. So I think Cameroonians nowadays are very open-minded Cameroonians, and they are still even though they are still in shock with the developments, they are digesting the proposal. The good thing about the proposal is it's very honest. It might need a little bit of time for people to digest and to understand it. And I understand there's a little bit of dilemma at the moment now with because things are coming out from left and right. But I think our people have supported us for the past 2 years. We have stood by them strongly. I think they just need time to understand the proposal and to understand the honest truth.
Thank you very much for that great response. It is your responsibility, fellow Cameroonians, to look at that proposal, and if you have anything to contribute or to say about it, then you can go ahead to do that. This is a step to make sure that Cameroonians who are living in this country are unified or united under one umbrella. We shall go to another question now. The proposal invites all Cameroonians, and it is talking about the formation of an electoral committee that will be in charge of organizing elections, and the CCQ leadership that has put out that proposal. Inside that proposal has mentioned that the elections should be held within 60 days. What do you think? First of all, do you think Cameroonians and especially leaders of other groups are going to welcome this idea?
Like I said, CCQ is a movement with good structures, established roots with our stakeholders, and of course we are on a mission that we want to continue the mission. But irrespective, the proposal has 2 factors. The first factor was to ensure that while we are chasing the unity dreams, the so-called unity dreams, Cameroonians needs to be continually served, so that we don't have a brother who is missing out on a job opportunity because his documents are stuck in Saudi Arabia. So first point in the proposal is calling for a consensus for people to understand that, you know what, why we are going this back and forth with unity, why we need a period of transition, why we need a period of building. There are documents, legalization processes and issuance of new documents, pass and all that should go on smoothly, and CCQ has been championing those initiatives for the past 2 years, and they wish to continue in that series so that the flow is not affected. And secondly, the proposal is saying that as a selfless leader, CCQ is willing to collaborate and work with our compatriots, our leaders of other groups, brothers and sisters, to ensure that we have something that benefits Cameroon, even if it's revising its name, adopting other names. We are open to that. Even if our form, we are open to that. But the thing about unity is that we have to be very honest, like I put it in one of my response to you. We have to be very, very honest. And the honest aspect of bringing something together is like me meeting a brother who is living in a single room, and I'm living in a single room, and we desire to live in a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom apartment. I have TV. I don't have a fridge. He has a fridge and a bed. I don't have a bed. And then we see that I have this furniture, brother, you have this furniture. Okay, we can bring these furnitures together and furnish our 2-bedroom apartment and live like big guys, you know. But when you say that, when you are not open to discuss the furnitures in my house, and I discuss the furnitures in your house, and we are planning to go and take an unfurnished 2-bedroom apartment, and your idea is we have to go to a furniture shop and look for a furniture. When I say have valuable furniture, you still have valuable furniture. It's a call for honest consent.
Correct.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a very brilliant definition. There's a practical definition of what unity is all about. Thank you very much, Mr. Alain, for that brilliant one. Monsieur Xavier, est-ce que les Camerounais vont accepter cette proposition?
Bien sûr, comme je l'ai dit, et peut-être que nous sommes toujours en train de dire, les Camerounais, je crois bien que ne sommes plus comme d'avant. Nous sommes des gens civilisés, très sensés et très intelligents d'ailleurs. Et comme M. Alain l'a si bien dit, je crois bien que ça c'est l'une des meilleures propositions et très transparentes. Toujours au nom de l'intérêt des Camerounais, dont nous combattons chaque jour. Voilà la meilleure proposition qui pourra bénéficier tous les Camerounais. L'élection et nous n'avons pas peur de perdre nos titres, nos positions, peu importe, mais si l'intérêt, comme je l'ai dit au départ, des Camerounais est au centre de ce que nous travaillons, je crois bien que la proposition reste la meilleure. Et par conséquent, et c'est de ça qu'il s'agit, l'unité, et c'est ce que nous voulons. Donc, Alain, Monsieur Alain a essayé d'illustrer quelque chose de très pertinent.
Oui.
Et ça démontre tout simplement l'unité. Parce que s'il faut comparer deux camps dont nous faisons face maintenant, je constate que la CCQ a des ressources et la diaspora a les ressources, mais il faut qu'on vienne avec ces ressources ensemble et de façon transparente.
Exactly.
Afin que nous puissions construire la communauté dont nous avons besoin ou dont nous rêvons.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Xavier. And let me come back to you, Mr. Alain. We are still on that proposal, which is inviting Cameroonians to have a formation of an electoral committee and, of course, eventually organize an election in less than 2 months or within 2 months. Let me bring a follow-up question. What happens if Cameroonians do not accept, especially when I say Cameroonians, I would like to refer to some of the leaders, like, for example, the CCQ leaders. If they do not accept this proposal, what shall we do? Or what shall be the stand of CCQ?
So let me elaborate more on the proposal a little bit. I think the proposal is not saying that CCQ is going to go in for elections, and we're inviting them to run for in for positions. The proposal is saying that CCQ is open to review its form, its structure, and operatives. And I think coming up with an electoral body is going to be something that is going to be like a session of leadership. We invite stakeholders and other brothers and sisters that they can volunteer to be part of that elections committee. Like I said, the aspect of unity it means you're bringing what you have, I bring what I have, and then we put them together. So it's easy, and that way it's going to be easier for an electoral committee to be formed with volunteers, people volunteering from Cameroon Diaspora Group, CCQ, and the other groups with due respect. So asking me if the proposal is going to be successful, to be honest, I think 99% is going to be successful. If it's not going to be successful, I think unity and peace building is a work in progress thing. Exactly. And I think this is the first step that we have taken, and hopefully we'll get more sessions and engagement with our General Assembly, which we need to consult with our moves, and of course consult and engage with the other stakeholders, including the people from the diaspora movement. And I must there's something that I must say, that Cameroon Diaspora Movement and CCQ, it's the same thing. Correct. It's the same thing. So it's just taking a bottle of Ryan bottled water, peel it off, and then put Gulf water there. It's almost the same thing.
Exactly.
So they are all united. They are all standing as one. I think what we have now is just differences in ideas, and it's a work in progress. We will continue to discuss, to engage with them and all our brothers and sisters and all subgroup leaders and presidents, and hopefully we are going to find a solution. The priority is the people of Cameroon in Qatar. We need to have them serve. We need to serve their interests. That's the priority. The priority is not CCQ, it's not the Cameroon diaspora. The priority is the Cameroonian people.
Cameroonian people living in this country. Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Alain, for that brilliant response. Mr. Xavier, what if Cameroonians do not, or those leaders of other groups do not accept this proposal? What will be the outcome or the decision of CCQ leadership?
Je crois bien que, tel que M. Alain l'a si bien dit, il s'agit tout simplement de réunir les Camerounais. Déjà, nous le faisons. Et encore plus, la proposition, je crois bien que il ne s'agit pas de considérer l'un des groupes, soit la communauté de la diaspora ou bien le groupe de la communauté des Camerounais au Qatar. Il s'agit juste de mettre au centre de tout l'intérêt. Et par ailleurs, il s'agit maintenant de l'Assemblée générale qui vont maintenant décider si la décision prise sera une bonne décision, parce que nous travaillons pour eux et c'est normal qu'à chaque fois qu'on fait un pas de l'avant, on part vers eux, on les consulte et puis nous avons le feedback de nos gens et c'est exactement ce que nous faisons. Donc je crois bien que c'est le premier pas que nous prenons dans cette proposition et je crois bien que c'est la meilleure. Et au finish, je crois bien que ça va donner, le résultat sera positif. Et nous restons également positifs par rapport à ceci. Monsieur Alain l'a si bien dit qu'il s'agit juste de prendre ce verre et en changer peut-être le papier Ryan et mettre golf. Et ça donne toujours l'eau. Rien n'a changé. CCQ et CDQ, ce sont les mêmes gens. Déjà, comme je l'ai dit, on était déjà membres de la CDQ avant qu'on ne vienne à CCQ. On va trouver un moyen d'entente pour toujours combattre au sein, je vais dire combattre pour l'intérêt des Camerounais au Qatar. Je t'en remercie.
Thank you very much, Mr. Xavier. Ladies and gentlemen, we are driving closer to the end of the program. It is the analysis of the proposal that has been put out there by the CCQ leadership, expecting all Cameroonians to go through it and then give their opinion. It is a selfless proposal, if you can say so, having gone through that proposal. Let's go to something else. I'm superficially aware of the proposal that has come from the CDQ group. I don't know what you can say about that proposal. Is it welcomed by CCQ? Is it a comfortable proposal for CCQ and the entire CCQ General Assembly?
So I think the proposal was not addressed to CCQ.
Okay.
The proposal was addressed to all Cameroonians in Qatar.
Okay.
So I think CCQ leadership, just like any other person, just like you and I, having so many questions and concerns about that proposal. So like I mentioned a few minutes ago during one of my responses to your questions, the proposal is not substantial because it's good. We applaud the initiative, and of course, with unity and peace building process, you try to applaud applaud all initiative and efforts that are made. We appreciate, and but we think we can do it much more better. We can do it much more respectful. And once within a week, we had 7 groups, and we moved to 17 groups, and you are coordinating and sending invitations to subgroups to nominate 2 persons to be in a committee whose resolutions are going to be adopted through votes. It's a call for concern. We think that in CCQ, the people are the voice. The people are our voice.
Let me ask you, what is that committee expected to do? This committee that is going to be formed by a representative from all the groups. And I'll be asking you another question, because I see that also CCQ, which is a very big community, Cameroonian community in Qatar, which houses more than 400 people, is also required to send 2 representatives. What is this committee going to be representing? Really?
It's shocking, you know.
Really shocking.
It's like CCQ is not a group, it's a movement. And when you look at the social media platforms, WhatsApp portal boasting of around 260 persons, in Telegram over 150 persons, over 300 followers on our Facebook page, and people subscribing. So it's questionable, you know, and to put CCQ in that level, it's very disrespectful, I must say. So we understand that all these other subgroups, with due respect, are members of the community. And because we have 2 groups and 2 movements aspiring to protect and enhance the interests of Cameroonians in Qatar, definitely with a sense of belonging, all those other groups, they are under CCQ or security. They are almost under there. So why not? CCQ have always been open. Why not engage with CCQ or CCQ engage with Cameroon diaspora, and with respect to all these groups which can be invited to observe, and then we can discuss like-minded things and things that we don't agree. We can see how we can agree on those stuff. So that's it.
Okay. Again, what is expected to be the responsibilities of that committee that is to be created?
So the committee, I cannot say the committee. I will say their committee.
Okay.
Yeah, their committee. So they are trying to create their committee to get things easily done. by themselves through those through persons implanted in some of these committee, that the numbers went from 7 to 17 within 1 week. So they want to get stuff easily done through their way, but our way is through the General Assembly,
right.
The people of Cameroonians who are in Qatar. That's the way, that's the approach we want to, what those people want.
Thank you very much. Mr. Xavier, you want to say something a little bit about the proposal that is coming from the CDQ?
Bien évidemment, monsieur dit, c'est vraiment, c'est un peu choquant et la question reste toujours à poser. Est-ce que vraiment nous travaillons en toute honnêteté, tel que CCQ l'a toujours fait, parce que on n'a jamais fait un travail et sans toutefois consulter l'Assemblée générale. La CCQ a invité à une réunion, on a eu 7 leaders et la CDQ a invité les leaders et on s'est retrouvé de 7 à 18 ou 17 groupes. Ça veut dire qu'il y a eu l'augmentation de 10 groupes. Alors, quel est donc alors le rôle de ces groupes? C'est la question qu'il se pose. Pourquoi? Parce que le véritable problème à souligner ici, c'est que les Camerounais ne sont pas aveugles. Même quand on vient avec ces groupes lors du meeting, on constate que tous ces gens sont du camp de la CDQ. On ne doit pas cacher la vérité. Donc il ne faudrait pas que nos gens, c'est-à-dire les Camerounais vivant au Qatar, dont la CCQ a eu la main posée au cœur pour leur rendre service à travers l'ambassade en Arabie Saoudite, c'est dû par rapport à ce mouvement qui se passe. Parce qu'on veut la transparence. Comme M. Alain l'a si bien dit, il est question donc alors de la CDQ qui comporte plus de 250 personnes par peut-être ou 150 personnes par plateforme. Et parmi lesquels ces gens qui se sont levés comme leaders font toujours partie de nos réseaux sociaux, de notre plateforme, se lèvent maintenant pour former des groupes. Par conséquent, ils veulent partir avec la majorité. Et chers frères et sœurs, c'est la raison pour laquelle nous sommes là pour vous dire que voilà ce qui se passe. Alors, nous avons toujours eu à croire que, et à savoir bien sûr, que l'Assemblée générale est l'organe le plus fort. Et c'est la raison pour laquelle nous voulons que la CDQ considère cet organe le plus fort. Parce qu'on ne travaille pas pour nos leaders. Oui. La CDQ ne travaille pas pour ses leaders. La CCQ travaille pour les Camerounais résidant au Qatar. Par conséquent, il faudrait que les Camerounais résidant au Qatar fassent leur choix. Que de passer à multiplier les groupes et maintenant faire former le steering committee qui va manipuler des choses en leur faveur parce qu'ils sont la majorité et que CCQ aura peut-être 2 représentants ou 4 représentants. Donc majoritairement, on constate que la balance ne sera pas équilibrée. Donc je voudrais que les Camerounais ouvrent les yeux et comprennent exactement le jeu qui se passe. Et il ne faudrait pas qu'on dupe les Camerounais au nom de l'unité. S'il s'agit de l'unité, mais c'est la raison pour laquelle la communauté camerounaise du Qatar demande l'élection. Et on dit 60 jours. Pourquoi? Parce que nous ne voudrons pas que les services je vais dire notre ambassade rend aux Camerounais au Qatar soient interrompus. Donc même s'il faut aller aux élections demain, la CCQ est prête pour les élections demain. Et encore plus, monsieur dit, permettez-moi, pourquoi est-ce que créer maintenant le steering committee alors qu'on pouvait chuter une fois avec le comité électoral? C'est la question qu'on se pose. C'est-à-dire, on fait des choses pour retarder le processus et mettre l'amalgame dans la tête des Camerounais tout en perdant du temps, alors qu'on pouvait aller directement avec le comité électoral qui va peut-être organiser les élections. Et on a bien souligné dans notre propos, dans notre proposition que 60 jours, tout ceci c'est pour réduire les pertes de temps aux Camerounais et qu'on se focalise avec les problèmes dont les Camerounais font face. Je crois bien que c'est la raison pour laquelle M. Alain est venu pour clarifier notre proposition et maintenant revoir la proposition qui a été donnée par rapport à la CDQ. Est-ce que nous sommes là pour travailler au nom des Camerounais ou alors ce sont les leaders qui se lèvent pour travailler pour eux-mêmes? C'est la question qu'on se pose. Et l'Assemblée générale, la question là, elle est à vous de savoir et ouvrir les yeux. Et nous sommes là. Merci, Monsieur Lee.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mr. Alain, before we go to the last word that you will have to say to the Cameroonians who are watching this program, I would like to ask you, what is the plan of the leadership to ensure that people are not swayed? CCQ members, especially those ones who are very vulnerable. You know, in crisis like this, not everybody is very strong to maintain their stance. What is the CCQ leadership doing to make sure that the followers, the sympathizers, remain focused on the objectives and the vision of CCQ?
Thank you so much, Eddie. I think, first of all, the situation is shocking what is happening, but the CCQ leadership, they are in order. I think what their concern is to make sure that the people are continually served with the services and those things that they promise them. So ensuring that there's a continuous flow of communications and information from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to the people of Qatar, and to ensure that the people are continually mobilized. I think if we are not distracted with this idea of recognition, unity thing, I think CCQ as a movement, as a platform, has been very positive to so many Cameroonians here in Qatar. Correct. Like I mentioned, we have sisters here in this country who are sustaining life through restaurants, mini restaurants, sisters who are sustaining life through hair businesses, and people who are sustaining life through mobile money services who are, of course, helping Cameroonians here. We have people, last month I had a breakdown. I called a Cameroonian brother who has like a breakdown service. He came for me within 15 minutes. So I think apart from being distracted with the so-called, I want to represent Cameroonians here and there, I think as a community we have successfully within CCQ to build something that is very strong for our future. And I think our people should not get panicked. They know the truth. We've been with them for the past two years. We had successful general assemblies within these years. We organized very successful football competitions where even those people that are standing against us now played.
That's right.
Scored goals against each other.
I observed that.
You understand?
Yes.
So even people who attended GA, they are saying that we are not united.
We are not united.
So
that's right. And some of them even preached, unity.
Some of them,
they preached that they don't want to hear division and all of that.
Yeah. So
and they applauded CCQ for having come up with something like that. I got a statement like, "Congratulations, CCQ. This is unity."
The most important stage of my life was as a Cameroonian that I felt like a Cameroonian was during the just ended All Cameroonians football competition, which was organized by the CCQ.
Right.
Brother, I was really thrilled with that initiative. And if an initiative like that cannot harmonize the mindset and mentality of our compatriots, what else can do? Because people who played, teammates, like, you know what I'm talking about, like belonging to a CCQ platform. And
exactly.
So I think our General Assembly, the people, they know the truth, and we will continue to engage with all stakeholders. All stakeholders means, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the government in Cameroon, the government of Qatar. So I think away from Cameroon and Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, our people have been beneficiaries. CCQ has established good relationships with Aramex, Ethiopian Airlines. They've established good relationship with the Supreme Committee, Ministry of Labor, which are, of course, very good initiative.
Right.
And with everything that CCQ has been doing, you have very big local medias like Gulf Time, Qatar Living, picking up this information, picking up this good work, and portraying Cameroonians. So it's not a win for CCQ, it's a win for Cameroon.
Correct.
In
That's
Qatar.
Right. That's right. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much, Mr. Alain. Mr. Xavier, last word.
Voilà, tel que tu l'as dit, nous sommes en train de conclure. Je dirais tout simplement aux chers compatriotes d'être très posés, très calmes, courageux, et puis de ne pas se laisser emporter par le vent. Je l'ai dit hier que c'est la tempête qui souffle, et alors il faudrait que nous soyons prêts, que nous ayons nos pieds au sol, et je crois bien que c'est ça. Ce qui fait quand même la beauté et la joie d'être dans cette communauté dont personnellement je fais partie, c'est le simple fait qu'on ne s'est pas limité rien qu'au service que nous rendait l'ambassade en Arabie Saoudite, mais aussi, c'est-à-dire promouvoir nos frères. Par exemple, nous avons les restaurants locaux on n'a pas besoin de t'envoyer la nourriture depuis le Cameroun. C'est-à-dire, la chou, tu peux facilement le manger ici. Nous avons également nos frères qui font, bien sûr, l'envoi facile de l'argent d'ici pour le Cameroun. C'est de ça qu'il s'agit dans une société. Nous avons eu aussi nos frères qui font dans les pièces détachées des voitures. Nous avons eu nos frères qui font, qui apportent de l'aide lorsque ta voiture est en panne. Il peut venir, tel que M. Alain l'a si bien dit. Oui. Voilà les plateformes dans lesquelles la CCQ a pensé que ça pouvait être bien pour les Camerounais. Et c'est ça qui fait la beauté de cette communauté. C'est-à-dire, j'ai envie de faire mes cheveux, alors je cours vers ma soeur qui fait les cheveux. Elle n'a pas besoin d'avoir la boutique, même chez elle. C'est de ça qu'il s'agit et c'est ça qui fait vraiment la beauté. Et je crois bien que c'est là où nous avons vraiment eu à gagner la confiance de nos compatriotes. Parce qu'il ne s'agit pas seulement de nous baser. Et par conséquent, même si l'ambassade décide peut-être de ne pas nous écouter, mais on va toujours évoluer. Parce que nous avons eu que dirais-je, c'est-à-dire à avoir des relations avec les autorités qatariennes, à l'instar peut-être du ministère de l'Emploi. Nous avons eu à faire, nous avons des très bonnes relations avec la FIFA, le WI. Même, je crois bien que nous avons aussi eu même le Supreme Committee. Donc, nous sommes en étroite collaboration avec cette structure-là qui font aussi la beauté. Parce que, comme M. Alain l'a si bien dit, nous sommes en train de travailler pour l'intérêt des Camerounais. Il a dit quelque chose, que le travail que les Camerounais abattent au nom de la communauté camerounaise du Qatar a été déjà propulsé par Qatar Living et par la Gulf Times. Donc c'est ça qui fait que nous ne sommes pas limités à nous-mêmes. Et c'est la raison pour laquelle nous faisons nous nous retrouvons ici là pour édifier nos compatriotes. Que, voilà, vous avez vu, c'est exactement la raison pour laquelle le leadership de la communauté camerounaise du Qatar reste solide et vous encourage que ce que nous avons eu à faire et que nous continuons à faire, on a encore plus à offrir. Bon. Monsieur Alain a bien sûr parlé des critiques signés avec, par exemple, Ethiopian Airlines, et qui c'est très bénéficiaire pour les Camerounais. On ne met pas l'argent dans nos poches. C'est juste pour les Camerounais. C'est vrai. Au lieu d'aller payer un billet d'avion qui coûte 5000 Qatar Réal, alors tu peux l'avoir à 2800, 2900 et ça fait du bien. C'est de l'épargne. On a peut-être eu à signer c'est-à-dire ces avantages-là même avec Aramex. C'est tout ça, c'est pour faciliter la vie aux Camerounais. Et si nous sommes en train de prendre ces dispositions, c'est au nom des Camerounais et non au nom de nous. Permettez-moi, monsieur, dit, tu n'as pas faim. Je suis convaincu que M. Alain n'a pas faim parce qu'il a son travail que le Seigneur lui a donné et par la grâce de Dieu, il s'en sort avec sa famille. Mais il y a une certaine classe de Camerounais qui sont encore dans des difficultés et c'est ça qui a même attiré notre attention pour créer une communauté où tout le monde va se sentir à l'aise à la maison. Donc, il va de soi que quelqu'un paye. Moi, je peux aussi payer un billet de 5000, mais ces gens-là, ils peuvent avoir des difficultés pour payer un billet de 5000. Et qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire? Il faut qu'on cherche des partenaires afin que la communauté bénéficie. Et tous ces gens qui sont en train de lutter contre la communauté camerounaise du Qatar, ils profitent. Et on ne va pas faire que non, tu es de l'autre camp, par conséquent, on ne te donne pas ce service. Nous sommes tous Camerounais. À la fin, ce n'est pas la CCQ qui gagne, mais c'est tous les Camerounais qui gagnent. Je vous en remercie.
Thank you very much. Not to bring Mr. Alain back after having said his last words, I had I got information that a Cameroonian was testifying that he got unemployment following an article that was written and published on social medias out there, including Qatar Living, and it's like these people came across this information about Cameroon having participated in the blood donation campaign at HMC, and this guy or this brother got a job because of that. When he said he was from Cameroon.
Yeah, because I think the issue of the company read something on the website, one of the local media websites. And he was thrilled with how passionate and human Cameroonians are in their life-saving mission. So, looking at someone from Cameroon and just reflecting that you saw an article 2 weeks or 2 months ago from with Cameroonians donating blood selflessly, it speaks well for themselves. So I think the idea of community building, it's not just the aspect of documentation, which is very important, of course, but we should understand that we can come together to help one another. The things we are doing cannot help us directly, but it sends an image, it portrays Cameroonians outside there, and of course, with that positive image, it's going to be positive on your CVs. It's going to be positive on your opportunities.
Correct.
The stuff we did with the Arab Cup was quite massive, and I think we've gained so much respect from that.
Thank you very much. And that is what we call selflessness. Doing good to people, even those people you don't know. That's exactly what the Cameroonian community did during when they decided that they would take part in that blood donation campaign at HNC. We are not stopping here. We are going to do more and more. And we send very vibrant waves to the world, and especially to everyone living in this country of Qatar when we participated in the FIFA Arab football tournament, and we presented cultural dances and many other cultural activities. Cameroonian community is already established. We should not have it damaged. Brothers and sisters, I don't care what your ideology is, whether it is opposing mine or not, I embrace you. That's why you see a handshake on the logo of CCQ, which tells you that CCQ is always ready to embrace anyone who can peacefully for us to create a very wonderful platform that will only make us smile and not make us hurting. We're going back home. We have gone through a lot. We don't want that to be happening in this country. We all were part of Cameroon diaspora some years ago. When I came to this country, I attended a good number of meetings. But at a certain point, we never heard anything about diaspora again. It's not like Cameroon, people who established Cameroonian community did that when Cameroon diaspora was still having their meetings. We are, like I said, we all were part of that. But at a certain point, this community went to slumber. And that's why some people thought that Cameroonians cannot continue to stay like this. They need to come together, to smile, to embrace each other, to share experiences with each other. And this CCQ was established. So, who is to blame? Will you blame CCQ for having come up with something like that, or the people who came up with CCQ when Cameroon diaspora was no longer there, which all of us were part? What was done is like, what we know, commercial people who do businesses, who do marketing, when they, for example, you know what happens in Cameroon, for example, when the market of a bottle of beer wants to be re-energized, the company goes ahead to change the bottle, maybe change the paper behind the bottle, to then send it again. The content in that bottle does not change, but only the appearance of of the bottle that carries that content. It is still 3 export in that bottle, and that is just a strategy to make sure that people look at it again. They want to be part of it, because if you want to maintain what happened in the past, there are people who would say, down at tin again, down at one before way, it be do man so. You know, nothing is perfect. Even we have now people who will go through a lot of things while they are members of CCQ, because nobody is perfect. But this was the reason CCQ was formed. And we expect that we all come together as brothers and sisters. Let's embrace one another and continue doing these things. Sometimes when I look at these children that we have in this country who find it very difficult to have documents, those children are innocent. Let's consider them and stop this rivalry. Let's come together, looking at the proposal that CCQ has put out there, and which is a very open-armed proposal, and let's do something. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you so much, Eddy.
Mr. Eddy, I just wanted to add something that in line with what Mr. Alain said. We have been, going to pay condolence visit. It's not because we want to showcase ourselves or the leadership of the Cameroonian community in Qatar wants to show themselves. But when we do it, it is genuinely done. But we still we showcase the image of Cameroon living in Qatar, or Cameroonian living in Qatar. So all those things coming together makes us to be like even respected when we go outside there. People might not see it, but it is very significant, it is powerful, and that's why we have been doing all these things around, so as to make sure that our community grows from north, south, east, and west.
Correct.
So it was very important for us to highlight this during this special program.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you, Governor Alain, for having been part of this program today, which is very, very important, because you guys have done the analysis of this proposal that has been put out there, and we expect Cameroonians to have a clear understanding of this proposal. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you once again.
Thank you very much, Mr. Xavier.
Thank you.
Yes. Happy Easter.
Thank you so much.
Merci, Monsieur Alain.
Merci.
And that was it, ladies and gentlemen, here in the Eddyboboh studio. Have a very wonderful day and continue to enjoy the Easter celebrations. Bye.
Yeah.